What is up, y'all? It's your girl Brand New, and I'm back in the building. And this time I am back for another recap of the Braxton family values, and it's about their session with Iyanla. So let's get off into that. Okay, so the episode pretty much picks up where they left off last time. We remember that Iyanla got on Tony and Tamar for being late, and then Tamar had this nasty ass attitude. And so we start fresh, and it starts out with Tawanda, Trina, and the mother and the father. They're all talking about how they all need to hold each other accountable, how Tony and Tamar are always late, and they always have to put up with that. I'm trying to figure out how do I even feel about that, because we know Tony is the star of the show. We already know that there would be no show without Tony. Tamar, it's fair to say she's a star as well. But I also feel like Tamar is very much so. I don't know how long you guys have been watching this show, but I really do feel like Tamar tries to copy Tony. There were episodes I remember where she was just like, well, I'm not coming if Tony's not coming. It's like whatever Tony is doing, she needs to follow and, do that whole thing with. I don't know what happened with them where they were so busy they couldn't make it and be on time for this. To me, there is no excuse, because all you bitches know that you are filming with Iyanla, you know to be on time. So I didn't understand any of that. Okay, so Iyanla comes into the room, all the girls and their parents are sitting there. We got stupid ass Tamar in this damn G.I. Jane outfit looking a mess. Tamar, why you got that damn outfit on? Anyway, she is taking off Trina's lashes and putting eyeliner on. Oh my God, they were coming off. I need to fix that for you. Being her extra ass self. Bitch, if her shit is falling off, let it fall off. It has nothing to do with you. So Iyanla noticed what Tamar was doing with Trina, and, she kind of just looked at her and made, Tony explained what Tamar was doing. And so Iyanla let that pass on by, because I would have told her, leave her alone and shit, let's get to work. Iyanla made a very good point. She mentioned that the Braxtons are a lot like a lot of other families where they don't know how to have an upset and move on. I think when Iyanla came into the room, she spoke with Tony, and of course Tony spoke back with her. But I think Tony was saying some type of shit in her confessional about how she felt that, I don't think she liked that Iyanla was mad at her for being late, this, that, and the third. But Tony, you were wrong. And Tony admitted that she was wrong, but it's just like, bitch, you need to just own that and move on. But it's still, even though Tony spoke to Iyanla, it still felt like Tony still had a little attitude there. And they were all really pissy when Iyanla came in. They were polite, but they were still pissy. And that's why Iyanla said what she said in her confessional. They need to have that upset and move on and recover, because there's too many people out in the world. They get mad at you. You don't even know why they mad at you. They just keep it inside, and it's childish and it's ridiculous. Something else that Iyanla said that I really like is she said she wanted to resolve the fact that she felt the energy of everybody being mad at her, and she wanted to let them know that, hey, we can have an issue, a disagreement, we can move on, and without fear of you guys thinking that I'm going to abandon you. I love how she put that. That is very important in all of our relationships, to have an upset, duke it out, and then without that fear of abandonment. So that's important. Okay, so Iyanla begins getting on them about being on time, and she corrected Tony on the whole part of you were late. Like I said, Tony acted like she didn't want to flat out admit it. Her call, she said, first off, they were supposed to be there at 11, then it ended up being 1:30. Tony didn't get there until about 1:45. And Iyanla was just like, you were still late. So you can sit up here and say you was here at 1:45 or whatever. You still were late and you still were not here. Toni, like I said, she ended up admitting, that she was not on time, and, she respected the fact that Iyanla didn't beat her over the head with it. Then we had this stupid ass, bobblehead ass Tamar who was getting on my motherfucking nerves, y'all. I was supposed to have this shit up in the morning for y'all. I was supposed to do it in the morning. She got on my nerves so motherfucking bad, I said I gotta get my ass on here today and state how I feel, because she was pissing me the hell off. So Iyanla ends up going back and forth with Tamar, letting her know how she was late. And then Tamar kept getting into, well, you and my mother, y'all were going back and forth, for the longest time. So basically, Tamar tries to check Iyanla for walking out on them. And Iyanla is just like, huh? Because Tamar talking about, so I saw a lot of hypocritical situations. And, I didn't appreciate that. And you walked out. She walked out, bitch, because you all violated your agreement. Okay? You all did not keep your agreement. Mainly you and Toni. Everybody else was there. So she said, once you violate that agreement, all bets are off. I don't have to stay in. And that's the problem with this family, especially I think with Toni and Tamar, probably Tamar more than anybody, is Tamar thinks she could do whatever the hell she want to do, say whatever she want to say, and you are to not do the same thing to her. She thought that it was okay that she disrespect Iyanla's time like that. And Iyanla said, no, bitch. She didn't literally say that, but that's what she was, I'm pretty sure, thinking in her fucking head, talking to the damn bobblehead. It was interesting when she asked Tamar what time she was supposed to be there. I think she was supposed to be there at 1:30. The bitch didn't get there until like 3:45. And then Tamar didn't even admit that. She had all this mouth, all this shit to say, and then when Iyanla said, and what time did you get here? Unlike Toni that admitted that, yeah, I was here, it was a little bit after 1:30, I was still late. Toni admitted her shit. Tamar, oh, I don't know what time I got here, but still, ain't no but still. And Iyanla basically clears everything up and says that there is never no consequence for y'all doing whatever the hell y'all want to do. Abusing other people's time. You got stupid ass Tamar over there rolling her eyes, rolling that motherfucking bald ass head around. I'm just looking like, girl, you need to quit. She looks like a fucking 10-year-old. I won't even give you 12, bitch. 10-year-old. Like, grow up. So childish. Okay, so next we have Iyanla pretty much getting on Tracy for not telling her sisters that she was going to return to work. And then Tracy saying, well, yes, I did. Yes, I did. And Tamar was like, lies. And they go back and forth. Iyanla tells them to both, be quiet, hear each other out. She was really getting on Tracy, letting Tracy know that create a boundary with your sister, because Tracy was getting really defensive. Tracy began, getting defensive, saying that she doesn't want Tamar to keep coming for her. And I don't blame her in that sense, because Tamar is always fucking with Tracy. I don't know what it is with Tracy, but it's kind of like she's definitely the sister that's least respected. And I feel like Tamar definitely plays a part in that, in disrespecting Tracy and always trying to put her down. And, and Tracy, I believe I saw a season where she was about to whoop Tamar's ass. So Tamar, you better leave Tracy alone, honey. She may give you the business. So next, Iyanla asks Miss Evelyn, what is Tamar's pain? So Iyanla gets off into why Tamar behaves the way that she does, and then Tamar gets all in her feelings. Why you keep going around talking about I behave in a certain way. Let's quit with the name calling. Bitch, she didn't call you no name. If it was me, I'd call you all kind of fucking names. Fucking bitch. She was getting on my nerves, y'all. Y'all know Iyanla is like a mother to me. Tamar, I will pull a Cardi B, honey, throw my shoe at you for yelling at my mother like that. But yeah, she's being combative with Iyanla. You're being hypocritical. She's calling Iyanla hypocritical and just being disrespectful, talking over her, just being a gutter snipe. I love when Iyanla told Tamar, you are disruptive, you are violent, and you are abusive. And yes, you are. Tamar, you walk around like you some motherfucking victim, and you have some of the worst behavior. Like on this episode, and really quick, I don't want to spoil all of this for y'all. Well, shit, y'all done seen the damn episode. They don't mention shit about her being molested, and this fucking idiot gets on Wendy Williams telling all her business. I didn't remember not one part. I was waiting on the part for her to say she was fucking molested, or for one of the sisters to bring it up the way she said it was brought up. They didn't even use that. So it's just like I don't want to say exaggerate, because maybe it happened and they just didn't show it to us. It didn't go with the rest of filming. Maybe they decided, maybe for legal reasons, not to share that part. But yeah, this fool went on Wendy. Well, Iyanla pretty much let out something that I told her and I didn't want anybody to know. You know, putting everything off on Iyanla. And I see your motherfucking behavior was horrible on this episode. And you go try to put that disclaimer out on Wendy about how Iyanla put you in this situation and it's her fault. And no, it's your fault, bitch. You was just acting like a 10-year-old, just horrible. Miss Evelyn, you cannot be proud of this behavior, sis. This is horrible for your grown-ass daughter to behave in this way. Tamar is steady talking back to Iyanla, being disrespectful, calling Iyanla condescending and all this other bullshit. Iyanla tells the family, you have allowed this behavior to go on. And I was just wondering, when the fuck was anybody going to tell this bitch to shut her mouth, stop disrespecting people? Because to me, the mother could have been jumped in and said that. It shouldn't have took that damn long. But the father ended up sharing that Tamar was pretty much favored, spoiled over the other girls. You know, she's the youngest. They were always chastised for doing different things. Meanwhile, she wasn't. And then the father admitted that he wasn't around, and him and Tamar go back and forth. She would just say, well, I remember you going out for work and then you would come home and that was it. I didn't really get to spend a lot of time with you and this, that, and the third. And it was just crazy. Iyanla also hit on a part where she actually kind of had Tamar's back. I wouldn't have. But she pretty much let the sisters know, you know, she's the youngest. You all went off with your life, you know, went off and, you know, went to school, had your own life. She was stuck in that house, you know, so she felt abandoned and left behind. And that's why she acts the way that she does. And I can see some of that. One thing I mainly see with this episode is the mother, Tamar, and I believe it was Tawanda that said it, is a reflection of their mother. Except she's more exaggerated with it, where Miss Evelyn, you know, Miss Evelyn just don't play. She said how it is, but Tamar just overtook Miss Evelyn's personality to the 10th power. Tracy also admitted that she felt alone and abandoned when when Trina, Tamar, and Tawanda went on to do their group without her. Remember, she got pregnant and wasn't able to participate in the Braxton group. So she felt abandoned and neglected. So Tracy realized that's how Tamar felt when they all got out of the house and moved on with their lives. So Iyanla makes a really good point about Tamar, saying how she fights hard to be seen because she always felt on a certain level that she wasn't seen. And that explains so much about her personality, her being over the top, all that gay lingo, all of that extra, won't he do it? You know, all that extra ass shit about her personality comes from the fact that she never felt seen. So it's like in her adult life, let me really make up for it and make sure I'm seen and I'm heard. And Iyanla's just like, that's the only reason why a person would ever act like that. Tamar gets all offended and why you keep saying that and don't want to hear the truth, don't want to hear nothing, being totally combative and disrespect. I was confused when Tamar kept saying, we're going to quit with all this name calling. Who talks like that? Girl, shut your ass up. Nobody's name calling you. Or is she crazy or what? And Tamar tells Iyanla, stay out of my comments, sis. And Iyanla said, I'm not your sis. I'm 2 years younger than your mother. I got underwear that's older than you. And then Tamar was like, well, I hope you don't still got them because that's nasty. Iyanla says, I do still have them and they're clean. And that was a read. So Iyanla looking around like, damn, this bitch is a lot to deal with. Who corrects her? She just gets to say whatever she wants and act any type of way. The mother gets into Tamar's ass, and Tamar stopped all that bullshit when her mother got together. I was waiting on Miss Evelyn to come through. Miss Evelyn, normally you come through. I think because it was Iyanla, you figured you would wait a little minute. But I know damn well if it was you, you would have got that bitch a while. If it were me, I would have popped her ass. I don't care if you're grown or not. Have some respect for your elders, bitch. And that's pretty much what Evelyn told her. You are not to talk to her any kind of way. You all know that I did not raise you all like that. And she said, don't make me tell you again. She got to putting her finger all up in Tamar's face. I forgot to mention that Iyanla had told Tamar earlier, your finger in my face ain't gonna work. I know that's right. That shit was funny. But yeah, Miss Evelyn let motherfucking Tamar have it. Evelyn tells Tamar, I see the hurt. I know you're hurt. And then Tamar is like, well, I don't feel hurt. I feel disrespected. You feel hurt. Nobody's disrespecting you. People are trying to tell you the truth about yourself and you don't want to listen. You want to act like some spoiled ass brat that know every damn thing. So at this point, Tamar is upset. She gathers her things and she walks off and says bye to the camera. You know, she doesn't want to be bothered. She goes to the car, turns the air all the way up. Iyanla follows her out there. She lets Iyanla know, I'm on break. I'm not going nowhere. I need a minute. So Iyanla starts having her one-on-ones with the family. She first has one with Trina and how the sisters feel like she's a traitor because she ended up going back to work while they striked, and you know, they feel betrayed by her. I hope that I'm not mad that Tracy chose not to strike. I'm not mad at that. I actually feel like it was a little payback on the low. Like, you bitches, y'all went on and do shit without me, so I'm gonna do some shit without y'all. I really do look at it like that, and I'm okay with it. It may be a little petty, but I'm okay with it. I do, however, feel that if you are gonna go back to work, you tell your sisters, I'm going, and that's it. She said that she did, but the rest of the girls, especially Tawanda and Trina and Tamar, they said she didn't tell them anything. She just went on back to work. So I don't know, who really to believe on that, but it is what it is. Okay, so they finally get to the strike and why they striked, and Tamar was ahead of that shit. She was ahead of all that shit the way that I thought she was. And I'm looking like, did y'all just follow Tamar, or were y'all really in disagreement, or like what was the purpose? They claimed they wasn't getting enough money. shit, it seemed like y'all got y'all ass back on that show once y'all saw Phaedra was gonna be on it. Flavor Flav and New York, all these other people, that got y'all ass back to work. So Iyanla talks to Trina and Tawanda and lets them know that Tracy feels disrespected and minimized. Iyanla also lets them know that, you guys have committed another broken agreement because Tracy went to work and you guys didn't. And Trina swore up and down Tracy never said that she was going, she said she wouldn't have been mad at her. I don't believe that shit. I believe y'all would have been upset with her for going her own way, because the leaders of this family, if you guys haven't been paying attention, is Tony and Tamar. Y'all heard from Tawanda's mouth that the strike came from Tamar. If Tony tell them to do something, they go do it. Tamar say something. Look at the two people that are late the most, that have the most shit going on. That's who they follow. They don't have any respect for Tracy in that way. If you pay attention to the motherfucking credits, Tracy is a co-producer like the mother. She should be an executive producer just like the rest of the girls. So they don't have the same respect for her. Tracy pretty much let Iyanla know that, hey, I wanted to keep my commitment to work. I signed on a dotted line that I would work, and, that's what I wanted to fulfill, because I got bills. If you don't tape, you don't eat. You don't get no money. So that's why she wanted to go back to work. And I understand that, because her money may be a little slower than Tony and Tamar. Y'all know Tony and Tamar are real popular on the music scene. And Tracy has her music as well. I don't know if it's doing as good as theirs. I don't know. But I've heard her and she does sound good. I like that Iyanla, when she talked with Trina and Tawanda, she said, well, Tamar went to do her show with Vince. Tony goes on tour and does movies. So why is the standard different for Tracy? Which is what I've been saying all along, you guys. The standard will always be different for Tracy because they don't look up to her like that. Tracy is a low priority and low on the totem pole. And she let Trina and Tawanda know that, so what, that she shot the show without you and she had other people on it. So what? Everybody else does whatever the fuck they want. Why she can't do what she wants to do? And I totally agree. And I believe they finally got that. So next, Iyanla sits with the parents and she asks both of them, do you guys have a problem with each other? That mother, I don't know about you guys, I think she's more bitter than the ex-husband, because Miss Evelyn, to me, she just comes off as a bitter older woman. Yes, the man cheated. Yes, he lied and did some mean and nasty things, but so did you. You probably didn't cheat, but you were mean and nasty. I could tell in your older age, your demeanor, that you was probably worse as you got... You was probably worse being younger, because, you got more energy when you're younger. But shit, she's a firecracker now. So, yeah, she was probably giving that man hell. She claims that her ex-husband, she doesn't know him anymore. They got married really young. So, they was just too young to be doing what they were doing. But she feels like she used to be in love with him. He used to be her best friend. He was her first love. Iyanla asked her, she said, well, do you still love him? Because I think that she was kind of thinking what I was thinking, like, because you keep going on and on about how you used to feel about him. Do you still love him? And she, no, I don't believe that. I think that lady still care a lot about her ex-husband. And Iyanla was like, listen, you can break up and still love each other. She asked the ex-husband, do you have Papa Braxton? Do you still love your ex-wife? He said, yeah, I still got feelings for her. We got the kids together, Honest answer. But of course, that mean-ass Evelyn wouldn't admit to it, honey. So, Iyanla pretty much lets the parents know, y'all done fuck these kids up. It is your relationship with each other that has messed your girls up, and you guys need to get that back on track, because once you do, they will be able to heal their relationships with each other. Right now, they're falling out with each other based off of what they saw from you guys. And the parents acknowledged and admitted that. I am very proud of Miss Evelyn finally acknowledging her foul behavior and not being the best example for her girls. Okay, so we finally get to this part with Tony. If you all have read Tony's book, Tony talked about how her mother and her father, especially her mother, treated her, when she was picked out of all the Braxton girls to get her record deal to work with Babyface in LA. And, she's always had to feel guilty about her success. And she remembered Tracy telling her, if you just take the deal, you could come get us later. She always has to do something for them, extend the helping hand to help them out. And she feels like stuck and trapped. If I'm an intuitive type of person, you guys. Tony doesn't want to do this show anymore. I'm going to just flat out tell you if you haven't picked it up. She's done with this show. She said ever since we began doing this show, our sisterhood, our relationships have broken down, have gotten worse. I think the show is over, and they really should let it go off and do other things and respect each other for the time that they was able to, film together and be sisters, sing together, do business. You could still do all of that without the show. I think the show is done. It's run its course. One thing I like what Iyanla said with Tony was, she said, you feel a certain way, you need to come out with it. What truth are you not telling? Like, you need to just flat out tell the truth. You don't give yourself permission to feel your truth and to share your truth. And I think that that's important. I think, Tony was raised she was kind of raised in a Whitney Houston type of way to keep her feelings in and keep them all bottled up. And she doesn't really know how to share her emotions because she doesn't want to hurt her sisters. And the rest of the girls, they feel the same way. I like that they all sat around the table and confess how they really feel about each other. The mother pretty much confessed that she is way too involved in their life. Tony confessed that she loves her family, but she doesn't like her family. And if it wasn't for the fact that they were family, she wouldn't have anything to do with them. They wouldn't be her friends. And that was a very powerful truth. Tracy confesses that she feels pain and hurt from her family at times. Tracy confessed that she could be selfish and not attend to her siblings' feelings and needs. Tamar was over there shaking her damn head. Then Tamar begins rolling her damn eyes in the back of her head. And I was shocked with all the shit that she said, because I thought I was going to drag this bitch this whole episode. And I pretty much did. And I don't apologize for it, because bitch, you gave me something to work with, so that's why I did it. But she pretty much actually took some responsibility, some accountability. I was crying because I really felt like it was genuine, but we will see in time. Because you did, however, you filmed this and got your ass on the Wendy show and said that shit about that molestation that I didn't even see on this episode. So I don't know, Tamar, how to take you. We'll see, if they come back, we'll see if what she's saying is true. But pretty much she goes on to say, she pretty much says that she's been mean, she's been unkind, she has been spoiled, she has been obnoxious. She begins breaking down crying, and, she states she's been emotional. I would say unemotional. Shit, you've been acting like you don't care about nobody's feelings but your own. But yeah, she's crying, and all the sisters, they pretty much, they're looking at her. They feel like it was genuine. I felt in the moment it was genuine. But like I said, you guys, we will see in time, because anybody could say anything at the moment. But it was a great first step. Iyanla did say she wanted the sisters to learn to plant seeds. Everything is not going to be perfect overnight, but, you know, as long as they're planting the seeds and getting their real feelings out there, telling each other the truth, that's what this journey was about. And Tamar finally confessed that, you know what, when I came in here, I wanted to be right. Now I don't feel that way. Now I want to hear the truth. I want to be a better friend. I want to be a better daughter. You know, she apologized to her dad, to Tony. Tony apologized to her. It was beautiful. Her and Tracy finally apologized to each other. She apologized to Trina and to Wanda. It was just beautiful. And my DVR cut off when she got to Trina. So that is pretty much all that I know of the episode. But yep, that is my recap, you guys, of Iyanla counseling the Braxton sisters. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, you could check out my ebooks are on Amazon under Brandy Robinson, and I will check you guys out later.